You wonder why things never seem to stick. Why every new habit, every plan, every goal you set falls apart after a few days or weeks. It's not luck. It's not timing. It's not other people. You are sabotaging yourself. And the worst part is, you often don't even notice it. You think you're trying, you think you're disciplined, but underneath, your brain has a hidden agenda. It prioritizes comfort, avoidance, and repetition over growth, and it will quietly, patiently, undermine every effort you make that threatens that agenda. Self-sabotage comes in many forms: procrastination, distraction, overthinking, giving up too soon, second-guessing every decision. All of these are symptoms of the same pattern: your mind resisting discomfort. It's not personal. It's survival. Your mind's job is to keep you safe. Even if that safety is mediocrity, every time you avoid action, you reinforce this pattern. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you wire your brain to protect the old version of yourself. That's why no amount of motivation seems to help. Motivation fades. Avoidance persists. Here's the truth most people miss. Your brain is obedient. It will follow whatever rules you silently teach it. If you allow hesitation, fear, and distraction to dictate your actions, it will obey. If you consistently act, even when fear protests, it will obey. That obedience is automatic. The problem is most people teach their minds the wrong rules without realizing it. Every delayed decision, every ignored responsibility, every tiny compromise trains the mind to sabotage. And it happens quietly. You think you're just taking a break. You're actually reinforcing the habit that keeps you stuck. The tricky part is that self-sabotage feels normal. It feels justified. You tell yourself, I need rest, I'm not ready, or I deserve a break, and your mind smiles because these excuses are exactly what it wants: temporary relief, immediate comfort, short-term pleasure. And every time you indulge, the pattern strengthens. The more you indulge, the more the mind believes that sabotage is natural, that giving up is acceptable. And then one day, you look back and realize you have trained yourself into mediocrity without even noticing it. But the cycle can be broken. Awareness alone isn't enough, but awareness is where it starts. Recognize the pattern, name it, see how it shows up in your daily life. Identify the moments where your mind whispers, wait, avoid, relax, delay, and you listen. Once you see it, you can act deliberately. One conscious decision to move despite resistance begins to overwrite old habits. One deliberate action signals to your brain that comfort is optional and growth is necessary. Momentum builds, fear loses power, and sabotage becomes optional rather than inevitable. Here's the practical step. Pick the area where self-sabotage shows up strongest in your life. 1 habit, 1 project, 1 responsibility. Then identify the first concrete, unavoidable action you can take today. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when you feel motivated. Today, that action, repeated consistently, rewires the mind. It proves to your brain that you are someone who acts despite fear, who doesn't negotiate with discomfort. Every day you repeat it, the habit of sabotage weakens. Every day you act, momentum grows. Remember, self-sabotage is not your identity. It's a learned pattern. It can be unlearned. You were never weak. You were never incapable. You were following invisible rules that made comfort a priority. Now you can teach yourself new rules. Rules that prioritize action over avoidance, courage over fear, growth over stagnation. The process is simple, but it's not easy. That's why few people do it. That's why few escape the quiet trap of self-sabotage. But you can. Starting now, the final point. This isn't about motivation. It's not about inspiration. It's about obedience. Your mind will follow the rules you teach it. Make the rules count. Act despite fear. Choose discomfort deliberately. Interrupt patterns that reinforce stagnation. Repeat. Consistency compounds. Momentum becomes unstoppable. Self-sabotage stops being automatic. You are in control, but only if you train your mind to obey the right rules. The choice is yours. Your mind is unbreakable, but if you train it,